Hey everybody, welcome back to Super Buddies Forever. It's Wendy and I'm happy to be here looking and staring straight at you with a little FaceTime. Yeah, lots been going on here on the head and I can't dye my hair. I got big spots of Vaseline everywhere. Today is Gracie's chorus, her last chorus thing, and I gotta go, so I wanted to look halfway decent. I got a hat to put on to hide it. I got big spots of medicine everywhere. It's messy. But anyway, I guess I just took this time, thought I would take this time to take a second and have a little FaceTime with you. So, what's been going on? Yeah. So this is a little introduction, a little story time, a little share with you. You're obviously going to find out about the jean and toner doll grab bag I got from Goodwill and what that has led to. And I'm a little shocked at how into this jean doll I am, and I was questioning, why am I going so cuckoo for this doll, and why isn't toner cool and to me as much, and la la la. And the longest short story is I finally realized that it hit me. I was like, wow, I'm really liking this doll. For one, if I have to compare toner versus jean, toner is very realistic, and you, I think, know that I don't try to make my dolls super realistic. It's kind of a real / cartoon kind of vibe that I like. I want a little bit of fantasy, and I think the designer said that too. He liked the stylized doll instead of the realistic dolls, and I became to look at it more and more and love that about it as well. I realized that the Barbie stuff is my childhood thing, and it's all about that. And then the Ever After High, which is out in the hallway and dusty as all get out, is I did with you guys, and it was influenced by that. The Monster High was done and influenced by Grace. And I thought, I'm going cuckoo over this jean because it's the first thing I've discovered myself as an adult. And not that it's so fabulous and I discovered it and it's never been, no, this little doll has had a life of its own. I think it's retired now as of last year. But I just found this as an adult, and I'm appreciating it as an adult, and I can afford it as an adult too. I'm still looking for deals. Dancing lady across the screen, dolly deal, always. So it's that's what it's all about. And the building is soon gonna be, well, I do intend to get back. Look at, yeah, I got stuff to do still. I do intend to get back at it, and when the time comes, those big projects will be done, and that space in the corner where my Christmas tree goes, or my projects are usually done, it's gonna have her little thing going on there. So she's a part of my life now. And hi Jean, nice to meet you. I'm Mama Wendy. So anyway, she gives me great joy. You can see this is the one I found already at the Goodwill, and I'll show the story. I cleaned her up and fixed her eyelashes, and she's got a nice little bathing suit going on right now. So that's the story of Jean, and I'm going to add her in, going with my new flow of this channel, just be whatever I feel like doing, and very organic. And I don't know, if people like me, they like me. If they don't like me, they don't like me. And I don't know that Jean is popular on YouTube or in this world that also likes Barbie, Monster High, and Ever After High, but it's what I like. And this channel is about a doll lover, a doll collector, a doll family, and it'll be, I think it's a nice addition. It's an addition to my life. So I hope you enjoy whatever might happen with this, and enjoy Jean. Let me know if you remember her, know her, had her, know somebody who knows her, whatever. Or if you're interested, if you're not, if you say, hey Wendy, I'll be seeing you on the other videos, that's okay too. I don't mind. And she's not for everybody, but it's part of my thing. So anyway, for now, I think I better end this, let you watch what you're gonna watch, which is the rest of this. And thanks for watching. Nice to be working my way back into your lives. See you next time. Alrighty then, here is my space. If you know me, you know it well. And here is this cabinet I found at the secondhand store. Of course, it's an old entertainment center holder for a stereo system and albums. and it seemed just right. It fits in here really good, and I don't know if I show it until later, but it is on wheels. That made it kind of very handy so I could roll it around and move it, and I just like that. The space is perfect for 2 heights and dolls. I did do some drawings and kind of knew what height, width, and length I wanted when I was looking in a store. Here was my very crude drawing for figuring it out. I don't think I've ever really showed something. Thank you, Panda. I don't think I've ever really showed something to show what I do for my little drawings and sketches, which I always try to let you know and is important. Here's the closed package size, which I didn't know when I first started this. You'll hear about that, and that had to fit in the bottom. And then I had little numbers here for how many I could actually fit, depending on which way I did my measurements. Hope that helps. It's mostly just to say, get the idea out of your head and on paper. Makes sorting it out much better. The price was right. I had to work with it. I liked it, the curve so it'd be easier to paint, and it seemed lighter that way, and I liked the height as well, so I had some room on top for display, although that's changing because now my living room is really dusty. I just don't want to deal with that, so this glass is very important. As well, Alex, you know, it's his home too, and he doesn't really want dollhouse stuff down in the living room, his area that he enjoys, so he agreed we could compromise if I got a nice case. So first things first, I was dusting, getting to know the thing, clean it all up, be prepped for primer, and seeing what I got to work with. My heights and whatnot. I had this light left over from the cabinet my mom gave me that's upstairs and has my Grail doll in it, so I'm glad I kept it so I can reuse it. I had a little issue with the depth of this. That's not what I'm talking about right there. And I might have been off, and I am, and later I'll show you what I had to do to fix it. Here I'm just trying to show you how I know how to take this glass off by unscrewing that so that I can paint in it better and easier. That was also a plus to the priming. The inside is black. That's awesome. I want to use this foam roller, which I don't like to use too often, but it does have a really, really nice texture when it's done compared to the fluffy one. I don't know, it just worked for me. I happen to have them around, so I'm working with it. And again, I'll just get back to the cleaning. The cleaning and prep is really important. I don't know what this has been through, so I want to make sure it's very, very well cleaned. Handy dandy once again. This baby goes upside down, so it's making my life a heck of a lot easier to paint. That was something that also very, very much attracted me to this piece. There's my primer, my favorite primer. Speaking of which, I got to do a video about that finally and tell you all about it. So being upside down was having fun. I could work on that ceiling very easily. It looked kind of cheesy with the thing, especially when I have my face in there playing with the doll. I don't know, I want it to look kind of like a ceiling, a dollhouse, without being a dollhouse, right? The glass doors are safely over there while I finally put the paint on top of the primer. Once again, this is fitting into my life so good and becoming so inexpensive because that's leftover paint from stuff on the house. So just less and less cost is making this all the more wonderful to fit Jean Marshall and her friends into my home. So time to paint, and as I said, the inside being all black and beautiful really added to it and made it classy and go with the theme of Jean. I like that as well. I got some challenges on the back there, as I told you, and I'll get to that. So here's how it looks after the primer. Pretty good. Time to paint. And I guess now I'm jumping into the challenges of the back. These holes are obviously not going to work, so I have to put a little effort into it. Obviously I knew that when I found it, and just found it to be worth the effort. Here's all the screws and nibs and things that I took to take that back piece off, that thick, it's the cardboard, but got that put aside so I can use it later. I got my light, and here's my handy dandy self using my skills to figure out where I want this light. I won't keep the light on all the time because I know that's not good for the dolls, especially in a cabinet, because they can get hot. I can discolor them, melt them, do all kinds of stuff, fade them, but when I want to play in there, I want it to work. So once again, here we go. Now I have the back out. This is making this also very easy. I swear, I can't believe how easy this is. So here's my challenge with the back. Obviously, I don't want the holes. Secondly, you need these things on the back. They have a purpose. These units are very wobbly. The cardboard on the back actually serves a purpose, which is to square it. I know this, so I have to come up with something. Now, I got to take advantage and know my heights so I know where this cardstock I bought. Did I say that I bought cardstock? No, whatever that stuff is, that thick paper, to make it square up. Now I finally got a piece of clothing and the fashion boxes for Jean in the mail, and I am off a 1/2 inch. Exactly what I was guessing I would be, having never had one. I even, see right there, I even sent a instant message to Mel Odom, and he answered me asking him what size is this before I purchased this thing. But anyway, I'm gonna make do because it's still just a handy unit. Therefore, I cut it. I cut the poster board, that's what it's called. I cut the poster board to fit, used that other thing as a pattern, cut a hole for that lighting thing, the lighting cord, and I'll fix that later. I think I can find better lights, but this is definitely for now. Again, I want it to square, so it's not simply just putting on with a few nails. I'm going to add some glue so I can really get it as square as possible, which makes it stronger too. Here's my little nails. I've had this around for so long. These nails are so handy. And it's kind of fun to look back on this stuff because this is how I started off with the Monster High dollhouse, right? It was a TV cabinet, a large TV cabinet for the first two things, and now we're doing something different. All right, so now I got the top done, as you can see where the dolls are going to be displayed, dolls, whatever. But now I got to figure, how can I get these fashions in here? Because part of Jean is having fashions. I want those to be showing. I don't want them tucked away. I want to be able to dig into them. So I know I can fit 2 wide here. That was a plus, but now I'm off by about a 1/2 inch. So here's my plan. I got room. I do have to make some kind of thing. Since I don't have this board squaring me in the bottom, I'm making some little brackets right out of some of that cardstock poster board. Custom fitting this, custom making this happen. This is what I do. I mean, even in the end, when I was done with it, I really get happy because there's nothing better I could buy that suits my needs. And all this effort ends up becoming very valuable to me and what I want it to be. I couldn't pay $500 and get what I want the most, and for the space. So here's my cord coming from the top for my light so I can play. No one's going to see the back. I had to fit the cord through, but I don't want a big hole, obviously, and I want to keep down on dust. Very important here. The biggest plus, don't want dust. So that is ready, and here's my little brackets. Now you can get a visual of what I was talking about. So I've done the best I could to square up the bottom corners while at the same time fitting the outfit fashion packs that stick well at the back. So how do you think I'm gonna fix the rest of that? It did take me a while to figure it out, I must admit. Worth the time and effort. The best news right here that I'm trying to show you is my challenge has been working out great. This piece is much sturdier than it could have been without that, and I'm making do. I think now I'm just going over it and showing you the light is in, the back is in, the ceiling looks really good, that color. I can now flick it on and off. Well, I don't think I have it plugged in quite yet. I don't particularly love how that looks yet, but it blends in pretty good. And there's a couple inches on the top there, which was a plus on this piece too. It's not just straight out on the top. So that helps hide that. Here's my shelf, and here's my space for the back. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Don't know. I guess I'm just showing you. Yeah, I'm definitely showing you. Painting is looking good here, and I got all my pieces, so I guess I must want to put my glass back on. I am scared to death having that glass. I could just imagine it falling and breaking. That would be so horrible. All right, well, for one, hello, there I am on the glass. I was being very careful to make sure I wasn't showing nothing I shouldn't be. Definitely cozied up. So my glass doors are back on. I am very excited about this. It's starting to look like something. This has not been hard in terms of painting, which has been fantastic. But again, I'm repeating myself. It's been a little time since I'm editing this, so I'm trying to remember, but I know I'm trying to get to this back. And it took me a few days to sit down and figure it out. Good old glue gun and some black velvet fabric I got some time ago at Joann's, a remnant. And I'm just gonna have to make this something that is cloth. It'll still hold the dust. Might not be perfect. Once it's in the corner, nobody's gonna see it. But I'm just gonna glue gun with some draping effect. I thought, you know, that'll work. Let's see. It does. So as I told you, you can see where it's kind of draped and pinched there, and that's giving me room to push those fashions back as I grow into them, and again, you'll never see them. So looks crazy stupid from the back. Yuck. But it works, and I'm pleased because this $15 piece that's working for me now, of course I'm ahead of time, it's still working for me, so that has not been a regret. So now here we are, we got this beautiful doll. At this point I hadn't even cleaned her up yet. I just knew I wanted to put effort into her. I had to have, yeah. I got a lot. I'll have to show you that too. I got a lot, an amazing lot of fashions, and I had to make sure all this stuff was going to be dust free before I even cleaned her. So this is pretty jumbled. Sorry about that. But see, she didn't even have her shoe there. I hadn't cleaned none of this, anything. But I had a spot for her before I even cleaned her, and I do apologize for the mess that is. That director chair came with something else, which I'll tell you about later, but I got it earlier. That's for her. Yeah, what was I got sidetracked. I got some Delio Lots friends. I got some Delio Lots, and OMG. I really have had that dolly magic, as I told you. So I got dust-free spot to play with this new thing. I am beyond excited. Here is a before to recap, and next will be an after. And I hope you can hear Panda snoring so that we feel like we're all right at home here. Thanks everybody for watching. I love that shot. Look at the reflection. Hope you're enjoying this series, and I just hope so. See you next time. For reals now.